an atom contains subatomic particles, that is electron, proton and neutron. Now, what does the nucleus contain? Nucleus contains protons and neutron. Is the neutron having any charge? No, it is neutral. What is the charge of the proton? It is positive. So, what will be the charge of the nucleus? The nucleus will be positive in charge. Now, what about the charge of the electrons that are seen around the nucleus? The electrons are, that is electrons are seen around, it is told, no? So, the electrons are negative in charge. And an important point you have to remember is, children, the number of protons and number of electrons in an atom are equal. That is, the number of positive and number of negative charge will be equal. So, what is the total charge of the atom? Just look here, the charge of the nucleus is positive because of the proton. The charge outside is negative because of the electron. Both are equal in number. So, what is the total charge of the atom? An atom is electrically neutral. Now, what about the mass? Which are the particles having mass in an atom? You have studied the proton and neutron are having the mass equal to that of a hydrogen atom, but the mass of an electron is negligible. So, where is the particle having mass placed in an atom? The particles having mass is present in the nucleus, that is proton and neutron. So, we can say the mass of an atom is concentrated in the nucleus. Now, after finding these subatomic particles, scientists started to study about what is the structure of this atom. They have understood which are the particles present, where they are, what is their charge, all that they have understood. Then they should know what is the structure really. So, various scientists studied on the structure of atom. They gave various structures for the atom, and last, an almost acceptable structure was given by Rutherford. So, Rutherford gave a planetary model for the atom. Planetary structure, what do you mean by a planetary structure? That is structure of the solar system. In the solar system, sun is the center and the planets are seen revolving around the sun. Planets revolve around the sun. Same way, atom, planetary model of the atom, the nucleus is the center. Nucleus is the center. Here the sun is the center. And what is revolving around the nucleus? Yes, the electrons are seen around nucleus. So, hope you have understood the planetary model of the atom given by Rutherford. He gave us the planetary model, that is the model of a solar system. According to Rutherford's atomic model, that is the planetary model of the atom, the solar system has the central part as the sun. In the same way, our planetary model has the nucleus as the center. In the solar system, planets revolve around the sun. In the atomic model, electrons revolve around the nucleus. So, that is why Rutherford compared the atomic model to that of a solar system. Though it was almost acceptable at that time, it was not successful because Rutherford couldn't prove what he have told. According to Rutherford's model, here is the nucleus, positive charge, and the electron is revolving, he told, around the nucleus. Electron is negative in charge. Actually, if a opposite charged particle revolves around another charged particle, it should lose energy and slowly come to the center and collapse into the nucleus, that is fall into the nucleus, but that is not happening. So, Rutherford couldn't say what is the reason for that. So, Rutherford's model of the atom was also failed, but he gave us an idea about the structure of atom. After this, a great scientist called Niels Bohr, he gave us an explanation to the Rutherford's model of atom, and it is called as Bohr's model of atom. Now, we will see what Niels Bohr told about the structure of atom. According to Bohr model of the atom, electrons revolve around the nucleus of an atom in fixed paths called orbits or shells. In an atom, there is a central part called the nucleus. It contains proton and neutron. Proton is having positive charge, neutron is neutral in charge. Then, according to Bohr, the electrons are seen revolving around this nucleus in fixed paths called orbits or shells. So, we will draw. Look here. Like this, paths in which electrons revolve are seen. Second postulate, electrons in each shell has a definite amount of energy, hence the shells are also called as energy levels. We know electrons are revolving around the nucleus in these paths, and these electrons in these paths will be having a certain amount of energy. So, these shells can also be called as energy levels, that is, this can be called as shell or orbit or energy level. Now, the next postulate, as long as an electron revolves in a particular orbit, its energy remains the constant. Suppose electrons are revolving here, it will have its particular energy, it will not lose energy, it will not gain energy. Same way in the next one, like that each orbit it possesses a certain amount of energy, and the electron present in that shell will also have a certain amount of energy. Now, energy of the shell increases as the distance from the nucleus increases. Now, look here, when we move away from the nucleus, what happens to the energy of the shell? The energy increases. Energy of the shell. So, this will be having very less energy, then next one little more higher energy, then the energy will be increasing when we move away from the nucleus. Now, the last postulate is the shell around the nucleus. These shells around the nucleus, it can be represented as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. or it can be named or represented as K, L, M, N and O, like that. So, got an idea of the structure of the atom. So, according to Bohr model of the atom is having a central part which is called the nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons. Around the nucleus there are fixed paths through which electrons move, and those paths are called as shell or orbit. These shells or orbits are also called as energy levels. Why? Because the electron in that shell will possess a certain amount of energy. And also we have numbered the shells as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we can represent it by the alphabets K, L, M, N, O, etc. And we have also understood the energy of the shell. When we move away from the nucleus, the energy of the shell also increases. So, I think you got an idea about the Bohr model of the atom.